7 most expensive wines in the world. Have you ever wondered what are some of the most expensive wine bottles in the world? Or which wine bottles were considered a prized collectible throughout history? Most people can agree that wine is considered to be the most sophisticated choice when it comes to impressing someone. In this video, we will see what some of the most expensive wines throughout history, as well as some ultra-luxury wines you can taste today. But be prepared, they will cost you. How much you ask? Well, how about $500,000? You must have heard the term, the older the wine, the better. Aging can affect the taste of wine a lot. That is why people prefer drinking old wine, which are also some of the most expensive ones. I guess we can assume the older the wine, the more it is expensive and valued. Before we start our journey through history of the most expensive wines to ever exist in the world, please like and subscribe to our channel for more informational videos. The 7th wine on our list is CHATEAU Margaux, 1787, $225,000. This wine has the initials of none other than the great Thomas Jefferson, but the bottle met a very sad and unexpected end. Jefferson was a famous oenophile, and he often brought bottles from Burgundy and Bordeaux. This specific bottle was owned by William Solican, who priced the wine at $225,000. He took the bottle to a hotel for a celebration, and a waiter bumped against the table, which caused the bottle to shatter into bits. Although the insurance company paid him out, Solican would never be able to forget the loss of wine so luxurious, which he never got to taste. Number 6. Chateau LAFITE, 1869, $230,000. When the wine was put up for auction, the auctioneer didn't know that it was considered an extremely rare and luxury item in Asia. The bidders shocked the auctioneers when they surpassed their expectations of $8,000, and each bottle of Chateau LAFITE 1869 was sold for $230,000. All the bottles were bought by an anonymous buyer. Number 5. Shipwrecked, 1907, HEIDSIECK, $275,000. Who would want to pay $275,000 for a bottle of wine you aren't even sure if it's drinkable or not? This wine was originally intended for the last Tsar of Russia, Nicholas II. The ship that was carrying this wine was torpedoed by a German submarine during the First World War. The wine sank after that incident in 1916. Everyone thought that the wine was lost, but it was at freezing temperature, away from any sort of light for 80 years. 2,000 bottles were discovered in 1997, when the wreckage was discovered. I guess with a history like this, it's no surprise that it costs this much. Chris Hale, the person who had a chance to taste the wine, stated that it smelled like black rifle powder, gunflint, and something salty, whereas it tasted somewhat like flamed oranges, graham crackers, and burnt lemon. Before moving ahead in the video, comment down below and let us know which one is your favorite wine. Which is the most expensive wine you've ever tried? Please like and subscribe to our channel. Number 4. 1947 Cheval Blanc, $304,375. The 1947 Cheval Blanc was sold in auction for $304,375 at Christie's. This is considered to be the best Bordeaux ever made. Chateau Cheval Blanc is without a doubt one of the most prestigious winemakers in the entire world, and he is also the recipient of the super exclusive Premier Grand Cru rank in the classification of Saint Emilion wine in 2012. The story behind the splendid taste of this wine is really funny. The year it was produced, the weather was extremely bad, so the wine had to be made under very primitive conditions. The production was done with several technical flaws, which gave it a taste that can never be replicated again. If you haven't tried any of the most luxurious wines and are content with your collection, then let me tell you that you're missing out big time. Don't worry, I'm also one of you, because even though I would love to own one of these bottles, my budget wouldn't allow that. If you think the same way, then please like, subscribe, and share this video with all your friends who love drinking just as much as we all do. Now, in the top 3, we have number 3, JEROBOAM of Chateau MOUTON Rothschild, 1945, $310,700. This wine comes from one of the richest families on earth, so the prices of this wine should not be surprising. The JEROBOAM of Chateau MOUTON Rothschild, 1945, comes from the vineyards of Nathaniel Rothschild, who became the rightful owner of the estate in 1853. At the moment, these wines are found among the most valued and cherished wines in the world. The V that you see in the 1945 label is for the victory of the Allied forces in World War II. This particular wine is considered to be one of the best vintages of the last century. You can get a standard 750 ml bottle for $310,700 and a glass of this for around $8,631. When drinking this wine, you will smell the aromas of mint, vanilla, dry pine needles, and dry soil. Number 2. Screaming Eagle Cabernet Sauvignon, 1992, $500,000. We can all agree that Americans always get the best deals. The second most expensive bottle of wine to ever exist to this date wasn't made in France or Italy, but in Oakville, America. If you want to be more precise, then in California. It's all thanks to the small amounts and rarity of wines that are made from here. This Cabernet has achieved cult status. A single bottle of Screaming Eagle was sold for an unbelievable price of $500,000 for a charity auction in 2000. The most attractive thing about this wine is that it was aged in 60% new oak and has a beautiful opaque purple color. You might find the aroma of jammy blackcurrant in the wine, with subtle traces of oak. Number 1. 1945. Domaine de la Romanée-Conti, Romanée-Conti Grand Cru, $558,000. An Asian collector made history in 2018 at Sotheby's sale in New York. It was the first time that people saw someone paying this much amount for a wine bottle. He bought the 1945 Domaine de la Romanée-Conti, Romanée-Conti Grand Cru for exactly $558,000. People's eyes popped and their jaws dropped, but the record for the high amount paid for a 750ml bottle of Burgundy was made. This price for the wine was worth it, as it is a vintage wine from the fabled vineyard. There is no doubt in believing that the 7 fabled red and white wines from the 4.5-acre Romanée-Conti vineyard are the epitome of taste and quality in Burgundies. That year the weather was hot, which resulted in the wines being super concentrated. So only 600 bottles were produced of the finest wine that year. Most of those bottles are long gone till now. When you're getting to the long complex aromas, spice flavors, and layers of earth that deserve to be savored in every sip, and also the silky texture, all of this packed and preserved in a bottle, then paying $500,000 is worth it. I'm sure next time you drink wine, you will not be satisfied because you'll be aware that it is not one of the best wines present in the world, unless you have a lot of money and can afford to buy one of those. Well, cheers to our undying love for wine. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe so you wouldn't miss any videos uploaded by our channel in the future.